Could you use a quick tip daily? How about a tip that can impact your day? My name is Raphael. Join me as I bring you tips by experts around the world. These experts have shared their knowledge and wisdom with me and will directly share them with you. Make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment, and I would love for you to become part of the New Tip Daily community. Just kidding. So, welcome back to New Tip Daily. When was the last time you meditated? Huh. So many people have so many different ideas and concepts or even beliefs as to what meditation is. Welcome back to New Tip Daily, episode number 67. Thank you so much for joining me today. What is meditation? Hey, Carrie, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. So, what is it about meditation that has so many people running in different directions? I definitely want to discuss that with you. Is it the inner workings? Scratch that. Let's discuss how to sit in silence. No, scratch that too. How about sitting in darkness and saying, eyes closed? Okay, enough of that. What is meditation? It is considered a type of mind and body complementary medicine. Meditation can produce a deep state of relaxation and a tranquil mind. During meditation, you focus your attention and eliminate the stream of jumbled thoughts that may be crowding your mind and causing you stress. Okay, now we may have something there. Let's really discuss what all that may mean to you. It's different for everyone. So when we think about meditation, for me, let's consider, right? Do I put it in my journal? Is that something that I really want to have? Is it a regimented experience? I got to tell you, I meditate every single day. And no two medications, well, think of it, medication and meditation is identical. I don't go into a trance state, not me personally. Maybe some people do. But walking in nature is very meditative. Running is very meditative. Lifting weights is very meditative. It's when you get into your mind and you focus on one thing, not two, one thing. So for me, meditation is shutting off all the alarms on your phone so that you don't get disturbed. I have it on do not disturb, and I still have an alarm go through. Let's take a look, make sure no other alarms are going through, because guess what? When we have a disruption in what we're trying to focus, then other things start to come in. So meditation to me is focusing on one thing. And yes, all day long, we're bombarded with all different kinds of ideas, concepts, thoughts, other people's opinions. But it's a time for you to be away from it all. And I'm talking today about how to meditate in a chaotic world where everything around you is just crazy. It really is. So how can you, let's say you get into, I'm in New York City, right? I'm in New York. And let's say I get on the train and there's hundreds of people and the train is all, you're like this, you're stuck, somebody here, somebody here, somebody in front of you, somebody behind you. Can you meditate during that train ride? I know I do. So I focus my mind on maybe one idea, one concept, one thought, one solution that I may be looking for. Lots of times, the reason I meditate is because there's a challenge that I want to solve, a problem, an idea. Maybe I want to create something. So no matter where I am, I can focus on that one thing. The other day I was training somebody and they were hitting the speed bag. And right next to us, one of my staff members was vacuuming. And I said to him, I'm listening. And he said, to the vacuum? I said, no, to you, to your movement. And he was taken a little bit back because when I said, I'm listening to how you constantly hit that bag, I'm trying to see if you speed up, slow down, or remain the same, or your cadence, how it changes. And he found that pretty interesting because I can drone out the vacuum, which was pretty loud. It was near us, but it wasn't in front of us. And there was other sounds coming in. But when you can focus on one thing, so I was meditating on him and the sounds he was producing. And I wasn't even looking at him. I was looking in his direction, but I wasn't looking to see how many times he hit the bag. And it was a speed bag. I was looking in his direction, but my mind was more focused on the sound that he was making so that I can help him create something different, something like a different cadence for him. How he can go from pop, 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 into. So it was that cadence that I was looking for. At what point was he stopping? Where was he faltering? And by me doing that, I was literally meditating on the sound that he was making. To someone else, that might have been a disturbance. But to me, I found beauty in it. So where can you find beauty in the chaos that life brings? So it's just focusing, right? When we think about it, you can only focus on one thought at a time. You may have thoughts that come in and interrupt that one thought. But if you go back and you focus on one thought, let's say let's talk about a yo-yo. You take a yo-yo and you go up and down with it. Boom, boom, boom. So does that yo-yo make a sound? Is there vibration? How long is the string? So there's a lot of different things that you can focus on. How fast you have to re-grab it. When you throw it, grab it, throw it, grab it. Now you're going to start doing tricks, like the swing, the walk the dog, all these different things. Obviously, I've played with yo-yos because anything that I do, I want to know more about it. So when you're doing something, if you really focus on what you're doing, that, my friend, is meditation. That one thing right there is going to help you to focus on it. So for me, meditation is focusing on a thought. And it could be maybe your life is so crazy, you have too much stress in your life. Take 5. Take 5 and just remember how beautiful you are. Focus on the breath, right? Even when I run, I'm not focusing on if I'm gonna get winded. No, I focus on the air coming in and how I can harness that air, how I can take it in as my energy and how it goes. Think about this. When I take a breath in, where's that breath going? So when I do teach meditation, I do teach them to focus on the breath as it comes in. Where is it going? Is it going all the way to my fingertips? And then is it going down to my belly, down my legs, down to my toes? And then I have them refocus on taking that air. And as the air comes back out, it grabs all the toxins in our body. So we're cleansing our body as we breathe out the carbon monoxide, right? Carbon, the energy that's in us, that let it out. So we take the breath in and we fuel it. We call it energy. We call it medicine. So this is why meditation can be such a great and healing aspect to what we do. If we don't meditate every day, is because we have not been shown how. We think that, oh, I have to sit in a room, close my eyes, and nobody can disturb me. I can meditate at a party. I can meditate in a crowd of people yelling and screaming. I can meditate anywhere. And it's maybe I'm meditating on on a song. I'm meditating on the movement of another person. I am following their movement. I am following their sounds that they're making. And does it resonate with me? Sometimes I love people watching because there is a cadence to every movement. I truly am grateful for the gifts that I have. One is sound, one is sight, touch, speech, to be able to communicate. But the ones that help me most with meditation is sound and sight and feeling that vibration. Have you ever been somewhere where something is shaking and you kind of feel it? Maybe you get scared. If you're in an earthquake, yeah, you should be scared. Make sure you go to safety. But what if you're in a train and you're feeling the train underneath you as it roars through the tracks, wherever your destination may be? Can you start to feel the vibration? Let that be your meditation. How about if you're holding on to it and you feel like, if I'm riding the Long Island Railroad or the train, the subway in New York, and I hold on, can I feel the vibration in my arm, in my hand? I meditate on that. It could be people screaming loud, all these different things, but you can learn to find the beauty in everything. I mean, everything. So, when was the last time you meditated? I meditate every day. I just told you how. When I go to the gym every morning, I meditate. One thing I do is I do go to the gym and they played very loud music. I put my earbuds on. Why? Because I don't want their sound coming and disturbing me. What do I listen to? I consider my time extremely valuable. So whenever I put earbuds on, there's three things that I'm going to be doing. One, it's either learning from someone else's teachings. Two, learning about me. So I may have music, right? Three, One is learning. Two is learning. Three is what? Exploring, exploring, exploring the reality of our world. So I may be listening to a motivational speaker, somebody who has insight as to how we should see the world. Because when you only limit yourself to your view, I got to tell you, you're blinding yourself. There's more than your view to this world. So meditate with the concept of allowing others to share with you, whether it's their knowledge, their ideas and concepts, or their wisdom. They're all very interconnected, but also meditate with you in mind. Always consider you first before you think of anyone else. You need to help you. Always you first. It is selfish, but it is the best type of selfish behavior you can have. And it's all about me. No, it's about becoming better because I am in me. I am into me. I believe in me so I can believe in you. Thank you so much for allowing me to share these meditative tips. So I hope I unrambled some ideas on meditation. So, can meditation create a deep state of relaxation? There are different times in the day you can meditate. You can meditate with prayer. You can meditate with song. You can meditate with music. You can meditate in the morning. You can meditate by closing your eyes. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be in a painful position. Some people sit in a lotus position or on their knees, and a lot of beliefs is that once you go past the pain, then you can open up and feel. But what if you don't have to go through that pain just to feel? All you have to do is be open to the universe. Be open to allow the energy to flow inside of you. You are a beautiful soul. Don't forget that. Every day, find time to be with you. Don't be afraid to be alone. It is by far the best time I've ever spent by myself because I get to reflect on what has happened in my life. I get to reflect on my thoughts, my ideas. I get to reflect on my plans. What do I plan? Where do I go from here? That is a question I ask every day. Now what? That's a question you may want to ask yourself. I've accomplished this. Now what? Don't ever stop trying to go to the next, not level, but summit, apex. By the way, I'd love for you to join me July 13th through the 16th in New York, Long Island, New York. We're having an amazing summit. It's called Heroes Rising Apex, and it's where we get to associate with like minded people, even higher level beings than we are. I always strive to go into a room with people who are at a higher level than me so I can learn from them and get to that level. But when I get to that level, I don't want to stay there. So I want to go with higher. There's always somebody who's way better than you are. You are not the only source. You may be a source, but remember, for you to be a source, You have to be able to learn from other sources so that you can think of a bucket, right? You got to fill a bucket with the higher source. But that bucket, when it overflows, it may not be good. But when you can trickle down and instead of the knowledge pouring out, why don't you have holes on the bottom so the knowledge can be dispersed correctly? Don't let your knowledge go away and overflow and have nowhere to go, but nowhere. Funnel your knowledge. Help someone. Be a mentor to somebody. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can always mentor someone. You can mentor a young person. So, whatever knowledge you have, hone it, become better, and then share it. Knowledge is useless unless you apply it. So, meditate on that. How can you be better? And that I go through meditation of every evening. I ask in my prayer that I am given the gift during my sleep to be better for tomorrow. So thank you again for listening to me, for letting me share these tips. When you find a tip that resonates with you, once again, don't keep it to yourself. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share these tips with your colleagues, family, and friends. I would love to hear some tips that you have heard, and I would love to share them with my audience here. Reach out through any of my social media and allow me to share your tip. And maybe you can join me in person on Friday, where I share some of the best tips I have heard from some of my friends. Thank you so much. Make sure that you have an exceptional day. See you tomorrow.